MLB Playoffs 2025. What's next for the eliminated teams? The 2025 Major League Baseball postseason delivered the usual dose of drama, comebacks, and heartbreak. Yet for every team that advanced, there were others sent home early, now facing an offseason filled with hard questions. Which players should stay? Where are the weak spots? And how can each club build for another run in 2026? Below is a breakdown of the major storylines and offseason outlooks for the teams eliminated from this year's playoffs. League Championship Series elimination: Seattle Mariners. The Mariners fell just short of the World Series, but their future remains bright. The club must decide how to handle several key free agents, including their infield cornerstones and veteran catcher. Their rotation showed flashes of brilliance but also inconsistencies on the road. Seattle's challenge will be retaining core contributors while adding depth. A few smart offseason moves could push them over the top next year. Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee's exciting young roster made an impressive run, yet power hitting and bullpen consistency still held them back. Some of their top pitchers are entering free agency, and the front office must decide whether to reinvest heavily or trust internal development. The Brewers have built a sustainable model around defense and contact hitting, but adding a true middle-order slugger could make them a complete team. Division Series elimination: Chicago Cubs. Chicago's season ended sooner than expected, leaving fans frustrated. Their bullpen remains the biggest concern, often struggling to hold late-inning leads. While their lineup has proven talent, it lacks the spark needed for deep playoff runs. The Cubs have the financial muscle to spend big this offseason. The question is whether they'll actually use it. Detroit Tigers. The Tigers' rebuild is finally bearing fruit. A talented young rotation and improving lineup have made Detroit a legitimate playoff contender. However, offensive inconsistency and high strikeout rates still plague them. With a few key additions, possibly a veteran bat or bullpen anchor, the Tigers could transform from a fun young team into a serious championship threat. Philadelphia Phillies. For Philadelphia, the question is whether their championship window is starting to close. The core remains strong, but many key players are aging and several major contracts are expiring. The Phillies may choose to retool rather than rebuild, keeping their star core intact while letting some veterans walk. The balance between maintaining experience and injecting youth will define their future. New York Yankees. The Yankees once again carried lofty expectations into October, and once again fell short. Injuries, lineup inconsistency, and rotation instability were key factors. With several veteran hitters heading to free agency and Garrett Cole expected to return from surgery, the front office must decide whether to stay patient or make another splashy move. A quieter, more calculated offseason could serve them better than a spending spree. Wild card round elimination: Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati's young, energetic squad made it to October, but the lack of power hitting proved costly. Despite playing in a hitter-friendly park, their home run production lagged. The Reds have a promising rotation and plenty of payroll flexibility, making them one of the most intriguing teams to watch this winter. A few power bats could turn them into a serious contender. Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians impressed with their disciplined approach and solid pitching, but their offense remained limited. They'll likely focus on finding a dependable middle-order hitter and stabilizing the bullpen. With a roster filled with young, controllable talent, Cleveland has the luxury of patience, though another year of early elimination could push them to make bolder moves. San Diego Padres. Despite a roster loaded with stars, San Diego's postseason journey ended abruptly. The franchise's big spending strategy has produced mixed results, and uncertainty lingers over how aggressive they'll be this winter. Expect them to pursue a frontline starter to pair with their powerful lineup. The pieces for success are all there. It's a matter of balance and chemistry. Boston Red Sox. Boston finds itself in the middle ground between rebuilding and contending. The team has young talent ready to step up but still leans heavily on veterans. First base and pitching depth are areas of concern. The Red Sox could take a conservative approach by keeping their core intact or make a splash with key free agent signings. Either way, 2026 will reveal whether this roster is built to win now. Common themes across the league. Several trends stand out among this year's eliminated clubs. Pitching remains king. Many teams with strong rotations advanced deep, while those lacking bullpen reliability faltered. Free agent decisions will shape the offseason. Who stays and who goes will define the next chapter for many contenders. Balancing youth and experience is crucial. Some teams lean heavily on prospects. Others rely on aging stars. The best performers blend both. Financial strategy matters. Smart, mid-market teams like Milwaukee and Cincinnati are proving that spending wisely can rival spending big. Small adjustments can make huge differences. A single power bat or reliable reliever could separate playoff participants from champions. Looking ahead to 2026. As front offices get to work, here are the big questions for the coming offseason. Which clubs will spend aggressively to chase a title? Which veterans will stay loyal to their teams? And which will seek new opportunities? Will the youth movements in Detroit and Cleveland continue to pay off? How much reshuffling will occur among perennial contenders like the Yankees, Phillies, and Mariners? One thing is certain, the 2025 postseason may have ended, but the race to 2026 has already begun. For these eliminated teams, the next few months will determine whether this October's lessons turn into next October's triumphs.